Hello children, welcome to the class. Children, today also we will continue with the 10th chapter, the Sermon at Benares from the book First Flight. This chapter throws light upon the early life of Gautam Buddha and his journey from princehood to his saintly life. Buddha gave his first sermon at the city of Benares. It reflects his wisdom about the suffering inflicted by death. Now we will do the sermon. Kisa Gautami had an only son and he died. In her grief, she carried the dead child to all her neighbors, asking them for medicine. And the people said, "She has lost her senses. The boy is dead." So Kisa Gautami was grieving over the death of her only son. She wanted her child to become alive again. So she moved from door to door, requesting for medicine to bring her son back to life. She had lost all senses. People called her mad. At last, she came across a man who told her to go to Sakyamuni, the Buddha. "I cannot give thee medicine for thy child, but I know a physician who can. Go to Sakyamuni, the Buddha." She made him a humble request to make her son alive. After deep thought, Buddha said he would do, but he asked for a handful of mustard seed. He further said that it must be taken from a house where no one had lost their dear ones, that is, no one had died. "I want a handful of mustard seed." The mustard seed must be taken from a house where no one has lost a child, husband, parent, or friend. Kisa Gautami went from house to house, but was unable to find one where nobody had died. She now became sad and troubled. She was tired and hopeless. She sat down at the wayside, watching the lights of the city as they flickered up and were extinguished again. She realized that human lives flicker up for some time and are extinguished again. She considered the fate of men and their lives flicker up and are extinguished again. So she realized that the fate of men were like the lights that flickered and extinguished. She thought how selfish she had been. She became conscious to the fact that men were mortal and no one could escape the cycle of death. She realized that death is common to all. It is inevitable. No one can escape it. But there is a path for immortality if one surrenders all selfishness. How selfish am I in my grief? Death is common to all. Yet, in this valley of desolation, there is a path that leads him to immortality who has surrendered all selfishness. She came back to Buddha and asked for his blessings. The Buddha, in his sermon, said that our life is brief, it is mixed with pain. The life of mortals in this world is troubled and brief and combined with pain, for there is not any means by which those that have been born can avoid dying. After reaching old age, there is death. Of such a nature are living beings. So Buddha said that after birth, one has to approach the danger of death. All are subject to death. Every man who takes birth has to die. He also gave examples of earthen vessels made by potter. which are not permanent. It also has to break one day. A fruit would fall from the tree as soon as it is ripe. Neither a father nor a kinsman can save life. The world is affected by suffering, death, and decay. Therefore, it is not wise to grieve. Grieving cannot bring the dead back to life, so death and sufferings are unavoidable. Through weeping and grieving, we cannot obtain peace of mind, but our body suffers. Not from weeping, nor from grieving will anyone obtain peace of mind. On the contrary, his pain will be the greater and his body will suffer. He will make himself sick and pale, yet the dead are not saved by his lamentation. He who seeks peace should draw out the arrow of lamentation and complaint and grief. He who has drawn out the arrow and has become composed will obtain peace of mind. He who has overcome all sorrow will become free from sorrow and be blessed. So we can seek peace by drawing out the arrow of lamentation, complaint, and grief. One who has drawn out this arrow has become composed and will obtain peace of mind. Such a man will be free from sorrow and be blessed. That is, one who has learned to control his grief, one who has overcome his sorrow, shall have peace of mind. According to Buddha, feelings of grief and sorrow increases man's pain and suffering, thus deteriorating his health. Therefore, a wise person fully aware about nature's functioning must not grieve at something bound to happen, and only then he can be happy and blessed. Children, hope you like the story. Thank you.